A reminder to all fans and students that there are no pass-outs. If you leave the game, you will not be allowed to return without purchasing an additional ticket. We thank you for following this policy.
You can get a couple chairs up here.
Yeah, I tried to check something just like.
Aaron Yarber, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 2, Van Doren. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Number 34, Wheeler, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 64, Cameron McFadden. Number 15, McCutcheon, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 20, Gage Veneer, and number 46, Ashton Peters. On the play, ball recovered by number 15, McCutcheon. Number 15, McCutcheon on the carry. Pushed out of bounds by number 36, Ashton Peters.
Got it. Look at me being tech savvy. Okay, pop this in there. Yeah, screw it in there.
How tight?
Until you get it.
There we go.
Number 8, Sheriff, ball carrier. Tackled by number 64, McFadden. for a loss by number 7, J.A. Driver. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. First down, Caston.
But it's crooked.
Receive for the Vikings, number 15, reduction.
Let's go,
And
Red
number 3,
Blue!
Williams.
Let's go, Red Blue! Let's go, Red Blue! Let's go, Red Blue! Let's go, Red Blue!
Number 3, Williams on the return. Tackled by number 5, Kevin Mollenkoff.
Good job with the long kicker.
Brody Brewer, who's out with a concussion, might miss a week after this, but I think he'll be okay. Ashton Boyer sustained a lower back injury during their JV game on Monday. So two really young and great talents lost here for the Comets. So some names lower on the depth chart are going to have to step up and really put on a performance here tonight.
Great play by number 64, Cameron McFatridge there. He blew that up right in the backfield, allowing only for a yard gain. And they're going to give that tackle to a couple different guys, but McFatridge had that.
Absolutely, one of the young guys on this team. This team is very young, mostly comprised of sophomores and freshmen. 20 freshmen is what I heard by the offensive guard Luke Hipscher today. So this team is very young, but they absolutely have a ton of potential. And a fade pass here to Chris Williams, and it's
incomplete.
dropped.
Great tackle there by number 4, Logan Mollenkoff. I mean, that was a great play by the Vikings, but pass was a little wobbly. Number 3, Chris Williams couldn't hang on to it, and Mollenkoff speared him.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that gets you noticed. Just even when that looked like just a fade was going to be wide open for a first down, and Mollenkoff doesn't give up on it, continues to go full speed and able to knock that one down for an incompletion. So the great play there by the freshman is able to put him in a 3rd and long scenario.
3rd and 9 for the Vikings. Seen our first pass play of the game. Oh, we got a false start there. number 77, Billy Reisinger. He's going to send him back another 5 yards. It's going to make it 3rd and extra long.
And this is just a picturesque start from the Comets. Didn't get anything on that first drive, but shifts some momentum, scores the touchdown on a sweep, and now you have them backed up, inside their own red zone here on 3rd down. The Comets can really take advantage here.
Great spot for a pick 6, I think.
Absolutely, and Molenkoff is deep there. They're going to run it.
They're going to hand it off to the fullback, and he's tackled for a 2-yard loss.
That was, not sure,
82?
Looks like they're giving the tackle to Noah Hurd.
Well, 4th and a mile to go here. I don't think when you're in that kind of field position you have a lot of options other than kick it away.
No, I heard Coach Ulrich yell punt return, so it looks like that's what we will see here.
Yep, absolutely not worth challenging it, especially when you're this far back in your own end zone and this early in the game. They're going to punt it to Jabez Yarber's just going to let it go. That'll be at the 49 to start the Comets' next drive.
Great job by Yarber there. Coaches say if you don't catch it in the air, just let it go, and Yarber was smart enough to let that one go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special happy birthday tonight coming out to Noah Hurd and Wayne Halterman. Happy birthday.
Now, I just heard, maybe you guys heard it at home from the crowd audio, but Noah Hurd and Lane Halterman are celebrating birthdays down there on the gridiron.
I don't know what would be better than a win at home for your birthday.
Going home undamaged and unconcussed would be that'd be great too.
I can agree with that.
Looks like Manier was audible to cross the field, and it's back to Yarber. He's going to find a cut.
That was a huge hole.
Blast right up field, and it's a foot race. Yarber going down the sideline, and that's another Comet touchdown.
That's somebody that if they're getting an open space, they're going all the way, and Yarber proved it there. I mean, he is one fast kid.
Well, he is our current school record holder for the 40. So that is absolutely not somebody North White wants to leave open and give him an open look at the field like that.
Absolutely, and you can notice just based on tonight in the film from last year, Yarber, he's become a lot more comfortable and patient when running this football. You saw a little bit in the games last year. He just got way too ahead of himself. But this year, he's trusting the offensive line. The offensive line's getting out there making blocks. He's just following them right to the end zone.
And one.
And McGrew, the new kicker for the Comets, able to bang one through the uprights for +1 on the scoreboard, 12-zip.
Yeah, I always told young McGrew there that he should play football, so I'm glad to see him out here, even if it is just a kick.
I'll tell you what, man, even if you're only special teams in football, being a dual sport, single season athlete, my hat's off to every one of the athletes doing that. I've had a lot of cross-country runners that I've shared with the soccer program. Those are hardworking kids. So, well, we've got another break here. We're going to step away, pay some bills. With 3:45 in the first, it's Comets 13, Vikings 0. We'll be right back here on RTC TV4.
Molenkoff to send this one away. Squib kick up the field, returned by Chris Williams. He's going to run towards the right, tries to cut it back. And how about that tackle there by the Comets?
Caden Jackson Foy, a name that I'm not familiar with. Looks like he got the tackle there.
Newcomer this summer. Came in, as I recall, fairly late in the summer, wasn't it, Gage? I seem to recall it was well after the 4th of July holiday and state or county fair week.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always nice to see these freshmen and just young guys try out football because it's a real investment. But if you truly love it and you truly have a grasp for it, you can turn out to really become a great player.
There's dive right there, and
Molenkoff brothers able to bring them down together.
Stop just short of the chains.
Big gain. Looks like we're going to call it second down here. It's pretty close. They could probably measure that, but you know, it is second down. They've got two more tries. 3 more tries technically.
This North White Vikings team has ran I formation the entire night, and it's worked for them, so don't expect anything less than a run.
Be a QB keeper, and Comets are going to wrap that up.
Ooh, that looks like... I'm surprised there wasn't a flag on that hanging off the jersey.
There's nothing illegal about that. You just can't grab them by the shoulder. You just can't grab by the upper shoulder pads around the neck area.
Yep, good solid aggressive tackle there by Yarber to bring him down for a loss. And that's just something that you don't want to do, especially when you're second in inches, is you don't want to backpedal. If you need to, just get down and replay it for third. But we're going to have a third and about 5 yards here for the Vikings.
It's going to be a halfback dive again, and they're going to push him forward. That might be a first down. So they're going to give it to him.
Got it by what appears to be a yard.
It's a good job by the North White offensive lineman there, shoving their running back forward.
Just keep churning those legs. Comets have picked up a lot of first downs through the years that same way. A good number of them, as I recall, in the hands of Gavin Molenkoff.
Another guy that did that really well was Sam Smith. He didn't even need the offensive lineman to push behind him.
I believe I saw a game where he carried 5 defenders into the end zone.
I watched that play. Should have been blocking, but I wasn't.
Had a receiver wide open between the safeties, Carter Applegate, the freshman. He got out there, finally in the middle of the field, but unfortunately not able to be found by the quarterback. That's just one of the plays when you're a safety. You see it happen, you look back, see the ball go right over your head. He drops it, and you're just smiling, yes, I meant to do that the entire time.
Yeah, you see those NFL guys, they'll start waving their arms. It's going to be a halfback dive. He's going to churn, get about 7 yards on the carry.
Must say, just by watching this first quarter, this Comets team, they're operating as a team way more efficiently than they did last week. It might have been the nerves of the first game on the road against a very good Carroll team. They just look disconnected, but tonight they are moving in unison, and it's really nice to see this team, after a loss on first week, letting the Cougars score as much as they did, just to see them get back and try it again, and they're doing a great job here tonight.
Be another halfback dive, and that's going to get wrapped up for no gain at least.
And that's the swarm tackle. We haven't really seen a lot in the past couple years, but this Comets team, they're just coming out a lot more aggressive than they did in their first game of the season, and they're just wrapping up these Vikings behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down and about medium, 4 yards to the payday.
15 seconds on the play clock, 23 on the game clock in the quarter.
This most likely will be the last play of this first quarter.
Hopefully the Comets get a stop and they get a chance for one play.
Bobbled handoff.
Another handoff. He's going to get the first. Or no. It's close. It's close.
Looks like it might be measurable. One official saying no. One of them is saying
they're going to have to bring the chains out for that. Ooh, measure that. Measure that.
They're going to give it to him.
They're going to give him the first down. It's
unfortunate way for the Comets in the first quarter, but nonetheless, great football played by the Comets.
Well, at the end of one, it's Comets 13, Vikings 0. We're going to step away, thank our sponsors, come back for second quarter action here at the Comet Crater on RTC.
The right direction.
And welcome back to the Comet Crater where the second quarter is underway.
Comets start off with a stop, giving up only 3 yards.
Braden Unger, the sophomore, with his first tackle here tonight.
I think he had one earlier.
He did?
I think so.
Oh, if Braden's watching this in the future, I am sorry.
Don't quote me on that, but I think he did.
Second down and 7 here for the Vikings.
That's going to be another big gain, about 5 yards. Going to leave him to 3rd and short.
There again, that size differential. It takes half the Comets D-line to get that guy stopped.
Yeah. Comets have really got to work on getting by those big offensive linemen and wrapping up that running back.
And that's like they're going to do. They're going to send the heavy set in here for the Comets.
3rd and short. You know, a lot of options here for the Vikings. Could come out with a surprise pass, or they could just keep doing what they're doing. And
the quarterback was tripped, and it's only going to be a gain of 1. So a 4th and short here.
McFatridge dove in there.
Elijah Holloway, slow to get up there, but looks like he's going to be okay. So we're going to have a 4th and short here. And this is the area, I think, no matter how far it is, this is always a go-for-it scenario if you're in this type of yardage on 4th. Just outside the range of field goal, but too short to punt it. Might as well just go for it, and it looks like that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, not a lot of high school teams are not going to go for it here, and they're going to bring in number 79. We're going to get a timeout here.
Thomas will have a chance to talk this over after the heavy set was brought in by North White.
North White timeout.
Well, with that, we're going to step away and pay some bills. Stay tuned for more Caston Comets football here on RTC TV4. Right, Comets already back out on the field.
Vikings on 4th and 1 here.
I would expect nothing more than a run play here, and I'm going to expect the Comets to just send everyone after this.
I'm expecting a wedge formation from the Vikings or something similar. Just
nope, they're going to hand it off, and he's going to get it. He's going to get about a yard past the first down marker.
Not a huge game, but just enough for the payday, and the change will be moved for North White.
He got all he needed.
Yard and a half.
That's all he needed.
Yeah, let's face it. We've talked time and again. Everybody wants the Sports Center plays, but you put just a handful of yards every play, you're going to keep moving those chains. That's going to march you to the end zone.
3 yards to carry may be boring, but it's effective. Oh, here's a pass.
First
rollout.
That's going to find him, and looks like Ashton Peters, I believe, was able to bring that down. Yes, Ashton Peters there with the tackle.
First completed pass of the game by either team. Great work there by the Vikings, seeing that rollout was going to be open.
North White now just outside the Comets' red zone.
Now I wouldn't be surprised to see North White go right back to that run.
Absolutely. Saw it the first time, saw it worked. Might try it again here.
It's a handoff, and he's going to stop about a yard gain there. Great work by the Comets.
Gavin and Jabez Yarber, the two skill players for the Comets, able to bring down the Vikings there for a short gain.
8:20 to go in the first half. Vikings second and long. It's going to be another pass.
Rollout pass.
He's going to dump it down to the fullback.
Flip.
Yarber tried to come down and lay the wood, but somebody that big, it's going to be hard to just put your shoulder into him. You're going to have to get low and drive.
Absolutely. Alex Needler there for the reception. And you're going to see, looks like North White is going to start relying more on the passing game here as they make their first red zone appearance of the night on a fresh set of downs.
Comets haven't had an answer to that rollout there. They stopped that too deep play that they were running, but haven't had an answer for this rollout package.
Absolutely. Might need to shift the safeties over just a tad more to be able to defend that medium coverage there.
There's another halfback dive. We're going to get a flag, probably holding from where it was thrown.
And looks like it is going to be on North White.
I'm going to guess it's going to be on number 50 from the way that the ref tapped him on the shoulder, and now he's complaining to his teammates.
Absolutely, and that's just something you do as a
illegal cut block. That is something you don't see every day. That's going to be a big, big penalty.
That's just something you do as a offensive lineman. Try to do as much holding as you can before it gets caught.
No, it wasn't even holding. He looks like he took the knees out of one of the Comets D linemen, and you can do it to a certain point. There's some rules there that are a little foggy, but looks like he was out of his whatever you want to call that. He couldn't do that.
Absolutely. At the end of the game, it's just to hopefully protect the players while still being aggressive.
There's another rollout.
Another
it's gonna
rollout.
Be a deep ball, way too far. Heck of an arm there by number 15. Oh.
Yeah, and if you're a quarterback and you're going to miss that type of fade, that's just where you want to throw. It's either going to land in your guy's breadbasket or it's going to fly over and out of bounds. Although that was a miss, it's probably the best miss you possibly could have had. If you would have thrown it inbounds, would have slipped the fingers, the safety Molenkoff would have been right there. So although it did end up in no gain, definitely where you wanted to miss it there.
Chance McCutcheon there, he threw that off of his back leg with plenty of power. He could have probably set up and just threw it, but Comets D-line kind of worrying him about that a little bit, and now that halfback dive is going to get wrapped up real quick for a 2-yard gain.
Ben Sherrick was met there at the front by the freshman Parker Zempelman, and Gavin Molenkoff able to bring him down past that point. So we've seen Parker Zempelman, the freshman, show up in big moments throughout this game, and he's just one of those guys on this Comet football team I just see continuing to develop and become just a better player overall. He has the mindset, he has the build to really be a great player. It's just a matter of time before we really see him start taking over this football game.
Yeah, as long as these freshmen really keep working at it, they're going to be a heck of a class. There's another pass.
Run.
McCutcheon's going to roll out. He's going to find an open man.
Oh, just barely an interception. Ashton Peters about had his second of the season there on the sliding attempt. Peters, of course, had that interception that set up the touchdown during Carroll last week, and saw him get after it there, unable to pick it up. And you have a fourth and a Walmart parking lot to the end zone, and I'm not sure what the Vikings would do here. They might as well just try to.
I would say go for it.
Well, I mean, they're going to go for it. There's nothing else they could try and kick a field goal, but not a lot of high school kickers are going to kick a 47-yard field goal. So they're going to go for it. I bet they have a lot of guys go deep here.
Absolutely.
They are.
Looks like a play-action pass towards the middle of the field, and that one is over the heads and incomplete, rolling past the back of the end zone. So the Comets will take over.
Post route there, just led him too far. McCutcheon got a lot of arm on that, or a lot of power in that arm. Just not quite got the accuracy yet.
Yeah, especially, and you've seen the Vikings have thrown very little passes, but they've been two passes, the fade and the post route right over the middle between the safeties Saw another one there, but not able to connect.
Comets now starting on their own 25. A lot of field in front of them.
Yarber on the sweep play.
Direct snap.
Met a little past the line of scrimmage. Great work by one of the linebackers coming downhill hard and making them play.
In comes Logan Molenkoff, the freshman, and he's also one of those freshmen I can see just might be able to take over Gavin's role or Yarber's role, is really just one of those guys who has the body type and instinct to just play every position.
They're late flags on that.
Looks like the refs were trying to decide whether it was a false start, and it looks like they're going to call this one back.
I would have called that one from up here, but I can't. They let him play that long. Might as well just let him go. Yeah, I know it's not really fair, but sheesh.
Replay.
Yeah, that's one of those plays where the refs were so in shock of it, they just didn't know what to do.
That was such a false start. He started last play.
This is one of those yardage situations the Comets can go pass or run. Direct snap to Molenkoff, cut right back upfield, back towards the outside, cutting back
great
up.
Jukes there.
That's going to put them at 3rd and long, which is a little bit better than where they were at, about where they were before that false start penalty.
Yep, and that's just one of the things that I also see Molenkoff improve. Last year, he would catch the football and just go sprinting towards the sideline. And now I think he's really gotten a sense in the field for this revamped offense. And he's starting to cut back up the middle of the field, and his linemen are laying some blocks. You always want to be able to try to follow your lineman up the field instead of running away from him.
Yeah, it's definitely better to follow him. Sometimes that becomes a little difficult. But, really getting to the sideline is your best option, but sometimes you got to go straight up the middle.
This is one of those positions where if you're the Comets, you're debating a punt, possibly, but at the same time, you've been able to put explosive plays on the table, so the opportunity to go for it on 4th down is still there, and it looks like that's what they're going to do.
I wouldn't be surprised to see, the reverse come out here, or maybe even a pass. 4th and medium, it's going to be a little.
Looks like you got the middle of the field wide open there. That might be where they sit. Molenkoff rolls out.
He's going to get sacked. That's something younger quarterback needs to learn, that ball just has to get out of his hands.
Yeah, absolutely. If you know you're going to get hit, try to throw it away. But at the same time, he did the thing you least want to happen, which is a fumble. Knew he was going to get tackled, able to bring it down and not let go of it. So the Comets in an unfortunate scenario right here. 1st and 10 for the Vikings, just knocking on the door of their red zone. And in my opinion, this is where football games are won and lost, is how well can your defense play when they are backed up. And in a scenario where when the opposing team has fresh legs on offense, a fresh set of downs, how well can you bounce back from that scenario?
Well, we'll see here. That's definitely been something that the Comets have had to work on over the years, is working on that, facing the adversity of being backed up in your own red zone, and something they've struggled with, and we'll see how they face it this year. Got about a 4-yard gain there. Wouldn't be surprised to see another one.
And I've got to hand it to this North White team. You get down by a couple of touchdowns and a couple of big stops like they saw. It can be easy to get demoralized, and they've stayed in it, and they're going hard.
Here comes Molenkoff and lays the hit on the quarterback. But yeah, I do agree with you where that's kind of the mental warfare when you get down, 2 scores, 3 scores, and you really start doubting, do we have what it takes to put together? That's when you just got to say, let's trust the offense, let's trust the system, and let's just keep pounding. And although they haven't put points up on the board, we've seen some explosive plays, some runs, some audibles able to convert on these 3rd and 4th downs. And the Vikings might be able to finally take advantage and pop one in the end zone here for 6.
Yeah, I definitely don't foresee tonight ending on a goose egg for North White.
Pass.
That's a great
There's
pass
that
there.
pass.
That pass could not have been thrown any better. Right in the breadbasket there of Chris Williams from Chance McCutcheon. And North White finally able to pop the goose egg and pop one here in the end zone with just under 3 minutes to play in this first half.
They're going to go for 2, it looks like. Definitely something that I see them doing. I wouldn't be surprised to see a halfback dive. Just give it to him. He's been gaining at least 2 yards carry.
Absolutely. This is just one of the plays when you're the Comets, you just got to commit to either that bubble pass we saw or a run. And we have an empty set in the backfield. It's going to be a direct snap.
QB sneak.
And he's not going to get there. Not able. You saw McCutcheon there just kind of hesitate, and that just kills all your momentum. Not able to pop that one in there, but nonetheless, North White able to score and keep this game competitive.
All right, well, with just under 3 remaining in the first half, it's Caston 13, North White 6. We're going to step away and thank our sponsors. You're watching Caston Comets football here on RTC. Back, ladies and gentlemen, North White getting ready to kick it to the Comets.
Here we go. North White kicking the ball off here.
First offensive score of the game ended in 6. Molenkoff cutting back upfield.
He slips there, falls down at about the 33-yard line.
Yep. Blockers look like they tried to get to him in time to lay some blocks, just a smudge late. But good starting field position. I would take 33 yards every time to start your offensive drive. We'll see if Comets can respond here.
One thing that I've over the years, Comets kickoff return has been a little weak. That's something they probably need to improve on. It's just a handoff to Yarber.
How about those blocks in Yarber?
Break it outside, runs over a couple kids.
Run out of bounds right at the 50.
Yarber.
I think if he could have gotten one more juke in there, he had nothing but open field.
And problem was he had 3 guys in front of him and not anywhere to go to the side.
Yep, and that's one of the things I've been so impressed watching this offensive line work together. They just look like they have a lot more stamina, a lot more direction when they're out there laying hits that we have seen the past decade or so. And although it didn't happen on that play, we have seen the Comets offensive line put together a really solid performance here tonight.
Yeah, play didn't quite work out the way they wanted it to, but 2nd and long here. We'll see what the Comets have in store. They've run a couple new plays on that series, this series, I guess.
And if you want a play to get blown up, you want to have it on the first down because you have 2, maybe even 3 more chances to just pick up those yards lost.
There, they're going to run that reverse. Manier gets wrapped up. No, ball's on the ground. It's going to be North White football. Number 8.
Manier shaken up after that big hit.
Ben Sherritt came in. He got Manier wrapped up and just stripped that ball right out.
Yep, and, reverses are great. They can stun defenses, especially when you get down to the 4th quarter, and it's all about endurance, but it's just not one of those plays you can run consistently like a post route, a fade, an I formation run. It's great maybe 2-3 times a game, but it's one of those plays that are so distinct the defense can catch on relatively quickly. And we've seen Manier try that the past couple of times and just unfortunately had nowhere to go with it.
Well, with reverses, they either catch on or they don't, and looks like North White might be catching on. There's a run up the middle.
Met by the knees of one of the Comet's defensive tackles who just ran solely right into his kneecap there, and Comet's able to swarm that.
Yeah, one of the D tackles made him stumble there, and he just didn't look up. Had an open hole, just didn't see it, and he got wrapped up for about a 2-yard gain.
And one of the things I'd like to point out that the Comets have been able to do this year when compared to seasons further back, they have so many players this year. So many guys they can throw in for different scenarios. And we go back to a couple, 3-4 years ago when there was just barely under 20 kids on the team. And you fast forward to now, you have 20 new freshmen. You got a load of sophomores. You got some veterans able to coach them. And you're brewing success in the making, and that's what the Comets have been able to really turn this program around the last 3 to 4 years and hopefully just continue to build on the bricks already laid.
Yeah, you don't think about it, but, the more guys you have, the better practices run, the better you're going to be able to compete in games. And, all these kids out now, it's going to help improve the program a lot. There's another halfback dive. He's going to break outside, cut it back up, and he's going to get stopped after about 8 yards. Comets have got to seal that edge, keep letting them break contain like that, and that's how big runs happen.
Yeah, they've just got to hold out for 55 seconds.
See if the Comets can do it. They got the help of the headwind that North White's having to drive into.
Surprisingly, North White's not really in too big of a hurry.
Yep, got the whole play clock. I guess you might as well use it when you're in this scenario.
Yeah, but
drops back to pass, post route towards the middle, and it's underthrown.
No, I think it was tipped at the line.
It was definitely tipped. And Ashton Peters, was that Peters or Yarber, was real close to being able to pick that up.
I believe it was Peters.
I think it was Yarber, and now we're going to get a timeout by Coach Ulrich with 35 seconds here. He's going to probably tell his defense to drop back with the way North White's going to make sure those safeties and corners play deep. Try not to give up anything big.
Yep. 35.4 left on the game clock in the half. Of course, a full play clock when we get back from this commercial break. You're watching Caston Comets football live from the Comet Crater here on RTC TV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we are delaying for weather here. I just saw lightning out the door. We're going to go ahead and break this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, and stay tuned. We should be back in, I believe it's a half hour, isn't it? Yeah, so check back in a half an hour. At halftime, Comets 13, Vikings 6. You're watching Caston Comets football on RTC TV4.
We're going to start play back up here after that lightning break with North White with the ball. They're going to hand it off. They're going to get him stopped just past the first down marker there. We're going to get an immediate timeout here. 30.1 seconds left in the half. We're going to get the camera up shortly. Had to take some stuff down to keep it out of the rain. Now that we're back up, we're going to get everything going. We're going to run out the last seconds of the half, have a 3-minute halftime, and then we'll be right back at it. Hopefully get this game in tonight. Nothing better to do on a Friday night, that's for sure. Besides sleep, I could use some sleep right now, but
Yeah, sleeping would be nice, Pete. All right, well,
especially for you cross country leaves early tomorrow morning.
Yep, the plan is be at Logansport High School at 7 a.m. for Cass County competition.
On the bright side, at least it isn't super far away. And North White's going to line up 1st and 10 now. And they're going to fake the handoff. We got deep ball here. He's open, and it's just out of his reach. A good corner out there by the Vikings. Had Gage Manier beat deep. A little bit too much on the arm. Didn't quite have the accuracy, and Comets get a lucky break on that one. 23.9 to go. He's got second down on the 32-yard line. Vikings going to line up. I formation. It's going to be a fake handoff. We got another pass. They're going to run that same corner route. Here. QB takes off. They're going to be out of bounds. 16 seconds to go. It's going to be another first down. I wouldn't be surprised to see another pass here, and they've been running that corner route. I'd run that post. DB, defensive back, Gage Manier's probably going to be sitting that corner route, run a post here, probably going to score. They might run the ball. You never know. And loose ball. He's going to pick it up, throw it over the middle. Just didn't really get good grip and throws it away. Looked for number 14, Dawson Rife, I believe is how it's pronounced. North White's going to get another play here with 11.3 remaining. 2nd and 10, just outside of the red zone. And it's going to be a fake handoff. We got another pass here. Defensive lineman break into the backfield, breaks the tackle, and he's down. And he's going to be out of bounds. He stepped out, got out of bounds with 5 seconds to go. And they got a timeout. I don't think the coach realized they were out of bounds, so we're going to get a North White timeout here. 4.9 to go. And we're back after that lovely ad. Those lovely ads. We got timeout here.
Looks like North White took it.
Looks like no. Caston took that timeout. North White took the one before. It looked like they lined up in like a QB kneel, QB spike kind of situation. I was confused. Looks like the Comets may have been confused. Could have been looking for a fake spike, fake kneel there. But, I'm not even sure they can do that at this level.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're risking turning the ball over, 5 seconds left, might as well go ahead and try to kneel it. Five seconds left here in this first half of play after the unfortunate rain delay.
It was an unfortunate rain delay. We'd probably be almost done with this game right now without that rain, to be honest.
Yeah, fortunately, there will only be 3 minutes of intermission between this quarter and the next. Last play of the first half, here we go. Bubble pass, drop back, open field tackle. Peters can get him, and he brings him out of bounds.
Tackle. Jabez Yarber came in, laid the final hit on that, and now we're going to have a nice little 3-minute halftime here, and we'll be right back.
All right, well, I know you guys have had some time at home to get those refreshments topped off, but here's 3 more minutes. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors. You're watching the Caston 2024-25 home season opener here at the Comet Crater here on RTC TV. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This truncated halftime is winding down.
Yep, Gavin Molenkoff to send this one away because the Comets elected to receive to start the game. North White will have this chance to hopefully tie the game up, maybe even take the lead here on their next offensive possession. Molenkoff sends it away. Very good kick for the pouring rain. Open field tackle missed by Yarber. They eventually will bring down, and Yarber comes all the way back to finish the play. And I always find games with rain delays so interesting to me because the football, you can play and you can have 9 really good players, but at the end of the day, you're going to need 11 really good players But at the end of the day, you're going to need guys to come off the bench and fill those fatigued guys that builds over the course of the game. But rain delays and long intermissions, that doesn't necessarily become as big as the fact that you are now playing in pouring down rain. Everyone's backed up, juiced up. The adrenaline's back for a whole other half of football. So it's always about who can have the best intensity when the rain is pouring like it is right now.
That was a great stop by the Comets.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing more fun than playing football in the rain, though. You know, I don't know how it felt as a running back or somebody that actually had to touch the football, but, well, I guess I played center a little bit. That got a little frustrating sometimes. I'm sure the fans can agree on that, but
Gets a little slickery.
That defensive side of the ball, playing in this wet conditions, it's some of the most fun you can have, especially playing in a game like this.
Yep, home opener, night game, leading at the start of the third quarter. Couldn't ask for much more as a Comet fan. And speaking of being a Comet fan, you can cheer for that tackle for no gain.
You know, my problem with rain games was the fact that it always happened late in the season for us, so we'd be playing Knox, end of the year, 32 degrees, freezing cold.
Yeah, it was cold enough that it'd be like, why isn't this snow? But no, it was rain. Those were some long, cold games. Made me feel bad for Carson up on the roof with the camera.
Yeah, when Carson used to record, there was a couple games, I don't even know how he hung on up there at the top of the press box. He could have just blown right off. We wouldn't have even known because of how windy and cold some of those games got.
Little flea flicker there.
Little hitch. Great tackle there by number 82, Braden Unger. Couldn't remember his name. But, no, that was a great tackle. He got down around the ankles and held on. Knocked him down. Now we got 4th and about 8.
4th and 8, big play here upcoming for the Vikings.
Looks like we're going to get punt return. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the Comets let this one go. This ball's going to be wet.
Yarber's all the way back at the 24-yard line. Gets the one off a bullet kick. Yarber's going to try his hand at this. Stiff arm to start, cut back, swings back, lays
great
a block.
yard.
He's going to
got
take
open
that.
field.
He's gone. Ladies and gentlemen, 20.
He slowed down,
10.
which was not the greatest thing. He just stiff-armed.
Keeps going.
He just stiff-armed
And
number
his
8,
man.
Ben Shirk, out of bounds. I think they're going to say he stepped out of bounds on that stiff arm.
I think he stepped at around the 3 or the 4-yard line. But
No,
Yarber,
looks like they're going to say about the 10. But no, I think Yarber could have scored there, but it's almost like he slowed down. He wanted the contact. Which,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, yeah, he had a half-hour break. He got some pent up there.
I mean, that was. I think Yarber could have scored there, but Comets now 1st and 10 from about the 11. It looks like.
but I mean, that's what I mentioned earlier when I talked about Yarber having more patience. Last year, he might have just ran that directly right up the field.
Little jet sweep here. Gage Manier following his blockers. He's going to be out around the 3-yard line. Not quite a first down. I'm going to guess if they want the first, it's going to have to basically be in the end zone. But great play there. A little jet sweep, something we haven't seen yet tonight.
Looks like they're going to call that about 2nd and 4.
If I'm the Comets here, I'm going to try to go as quick as I can. I'm going to try to get them while we have all the momentum on our side.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It looks like that's what we're going to do. Probably snap it before the 10.
Metaphorically, just bust him in the chops.
Absolutely. You got the momentum. Might as well keep it. Hand
We're gonna
off
give
Manier the
another
opposite
jet sweep.
direction.
He's going to
Cuts
try and
back
cut it up.
Clotheslined at the line of scrimmage.
He didn't quite have the blockers out in front like he did last time.
Lost some yardage there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But if you're this new Comets team, you now have a backbone. You don't have to always try to go for it when you're on the goal line because you have a kicker in Drew McGrew who has proven that he can make field goals that's far out. And if you potentially get stopped here on this down, you might be able to fall back on his shoulders and hopefully at least get 3 points. Molenkoff back to pass, rolls out left, takes it right up the middle, looking for contact, and is unfortunately brought down. Gain of right back to around the 3-yard line where Manier had it.
Not a bad decision by Molenkoff there. He saw an open hole, gained a couple yards. It's going to be 4th and about 3, it looks like. I hate to say it, Gage, but I think if it was 4th down, they were going to go for it. I don't think they're going to try and kick in this kind of weather.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, and with McGrew being a dual sport athlete, I'm not sure that he wants to be out there in the kind of intensity that the North White defense would put on.
Absolutely. Direct snap, Gavin.
Molenkoff loses the football. It's running around. I think North White's going to have a hold of it.
Well, fortunately for the Comets, that necessarily doesn't really matter.
No.
In fact, it might have helped them out.
That's...
I mean, stats-wise, you never want to fumble on the Bugs, but...
If you want to, might as well be...
Yeah, you might as well put it on their own goal line, though.
That would have been... If he would have held on to that, I think it would have been close, but, that's essentially the same thing as 4th. That's basically just turnover on downs. Nothing really hurt here.
And realistically, they're in a really good position to pick up some safety points.
Yeah, I'm going to guess it's going to be a lot of give the ball to number 8.
Yeah, absolutely. He's had a fantastic game so far.
Quarterback keeper. A little bit of a read there.
Comets once again swarming. Beating them off the line and meeting them for only a minimal gain. And although the players are out there playing their hardest right now and they're accustomed to this weather, we can give a shout out for the chain gang guys. They're sitting out there in T-shirts and shorts. It's really toughing this one out.
Honestly, after a day like today, that probably doesn't feel too bad being out there in the rain. It also, after a while, it does get kind of annoying, but...
Absolutely.
Guess another run right up the middle. They're going to give it to the halfback. Sherrick's going to get he's going to break free, and he's going to get a first down.
Yeah, that's enough to move the chains.
Comets defense has got to wrap up.
Lane Holterman able to bring him down after they cut up field right there.
Halterman able to come back and play the game he loves his senior year. He had to switch over to soccer last season. He did a pretty good job, though, for the soccer team in the net.
I always love seeing him play football. Love seeing anybody play football. No offense, but...
Under center here.
Hand off
towards the left.
Broke another tackle. They're going to get him down, though. Might be for a loss of yardage on that one.
Rain is also one of the things that can work for a team both ways. On defense, you have an advantage because more often than not, a team's ball security is going to lessen, but at the same time, it can also increase the chances for an offense because there's a chance you're going to break out some tackles every now and then because it's so wet out there. So I think just in this scenario, it's just who can harness and use the rain to their advantage, and right now it seems to be the Comets.
And we're going to take a sweep outside. Peters getting underneath them, making a good tackle there for, that's a pretty big guy going against Ashton Peters, and you can't ask a corner to do much more on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't take my word for it, but I do believe this is Ashton Peters' first season playing football, and he has his name written all over this game on the defensive side. He's had some lockdowns on defense, and right there with another tackle.
Peters, another hard worker in the weight room. I don't know that he missed many sessions during the summer sessions.
Another pass, deep ball. That's going to get caught. Had a step on Manier. Big first down for North White.
Five and a half minutes left here in this third quarter. North White making moves, but still has a lot of field ahead of them.
On their own 30-yard line, driving, cuts back up field.
Couldn't quite make that gap happen. And the referees are going to blow that play dead.
Luke Kipcher subbing off of the field, and he's one of those guys who a couple guys graduated, a couple guys decided not to play this year, and he's, as a sophomore, had to step into a way bigger role. And he got a word from Coach Ulrich last game on his performance, and he's taken the starter role in this game tonight, and he's just done an incredible job pass blocking, run blocking. He's really been the scrappy guy in the offensive line tonight for this Comets football team.
Yeah, I remember last season Hipsher was like a third quarter sub in, and then to see him starting the game this season, that's a big forward movement for a player.
Yeah, and he's worked so hard at it. I've seen him in the weight room just grinding it out. Really loves this team, wants to put his best product on the field every single week, and he just continues to grow and develop. And I see him becoming a very solid offensive tackle, offensive lineman, defensive tackle in the near future.
Well, he's just got such a great sacrificial mindset. I had the privilege of working with him some in the wrestling program last winter, and just he stepped into that heavyweight role that was, wow, great swat there.
That's Jabez Yarber, I believe.
No, I think that was I thought that was Gavin Molenkoff.
I think it was Gavin Molenkoff. My apologies. He did the no-fly zone celebration after batting that one down.
No, he did a great job there. You know, Comets defense still has to work on their contain. They're letting the North White quarterback McCutcheon. He's getting way too outside. They got to contain him, keep him in the pocket. But great work there by Molenkoff to knock that pass down.
Well, 4th and 10 here. North White looks to kick it away.
Punt. Great pressure by the Comets. Yarber, why not try his hand at it again? Right back towards the left side. Great tackle, great blocking by Noah Hurd.
He's going to get quite a few yards. He got it all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. That's a heck of a punt return there by Yarber.
That's one of the things that you see the Comets doing so well this season on special teams. They wait for the blockers to get into position and then blast towards the sideline. And the kick return team almost acts as a wall to shield Yarber away from the defenders. And you saw it last time Yarber returned. You saw it again on the last play. And I think in terms of special teams, this Comets team has really figured something out this season.
Yarber takes the handoff. He's got a lot of open room. He's going to lose the football, and it looks like North White's going to get it.
Yarber lucky he didn't get a flag after some extracurricular activity after his unfortunate fumble.
Comets have got to secure the football. They got to, at this point, you got to stop looking for contact. You got to get down. I mean, you fumble 3-4 times already. I mean, you got to think about doing something different.
Yeah, fortunately, this Comets defense has, in spite of some missteps, they've managed to keep North White out of the end zone save once. But the Comets offense has not had a visit to the end zone since the first quarter. Pass complete.
Another pass. Fullback gets it this time, and he's going to get 9 yards. This North White passing attack really cutting up the Comets defense. You know, and that's not something in a rain game like this. You don't normally see a lot of the ball being in the air, but North White taking advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. They have one of the more simplistic playbooks we've seen over the past couple years, but it's been working well for them tonight. Although they only have 6 points on the scoreboard, they're getting yards and they're getting down the field. It's just about just performing when it gets in the red zone.
And they're going to hand the ball off there to Sherrick. Sherrick's going to break it out. He's going to go down there. Logan Molenkoff came in to finish that tackle. You know, he's a freshman. I would love to see him come in there and go for the football instead of just kind of tapping him a little bit there, to be honest. You know,
yeah.
I think that's Comets really got to work on that. And in weather like this, the ball's wet. They've got to try for anything that gets that ball out.
Yeah, we've seen in the Comets offense hands the the impact of that wet ball in the game. They need to start using that to their advantage.
Vikings back in I formation.
They're going to hand it off to Sherrick. He's going to drive ahead. He gets stopped. And now we're going to go whistles blowing.
Gain of 1.
.250 on the clock. 2nd and 9 for the North White Vikings.
Yeah, and it's weird because we haven't seen any scoring during this quarter, but I think it's been one of the most entertaining quarters so far besides the first. We've seen a lot of stuff happen, just unfortunately no points. There's a hold. High arcing ball. Interception opportunity.
No, it's caught. It's caught. Two Caston defenders, but luckily we do have a penalty back here. We're going to get holding, I believe.
I heard the other guys up here in the press box, they were looking for a defensive hold in the backfield.
Yep, you saw Caston's defensive end and tackle just try to swim move, and they just got yanked. We could see that up here in the press box pretty easily. We're glad the refs were, too, able to call that play back.
You know, during the break, we were up here talking in the press box a little bit, and, you know, to be fair, there's holding on every play. It's just there's a certain point where that holding, you know, gets too much, and that's when they'll draw that flag out. And a lot of that's on the defender trying to get away from the offensive lineman. If you just sit there and let them grab you, then you ain't going to get any calls. But great work by the defensive lineman there drawing that holding penalty.
That puts North White 2nd and 19, 20, 2nd and a whole lot.
Comets have 2 back.
Throw it.
High arcing pass, middle of the field, and complete.
Big collision there as Manier took a
leap.
Took a leap with the North White receiver, and it's like North White receiver might be down.
Yeah, that's just one of the plays that you see as a fan, and you're like, yes, there might have been pass interference, but at the end of the day, if it's not catchable, it will not count.
There was no pass interference. That was actually probably the best Gage Manier's played defensive back tonight. I mean, he was right on the hip of that receiver, and as soon as the ball got there, he made a collision, and you know, it's just unfortunate that we see that actually both of them came up limping. Just the North White receiver staying on the ground a little longer. Hope he's okay. It looks like it might be a knee, and after a hit like that, it's probably just like a bruise, but you know, it's still nothing good.
Yeah, I can't think of many sports where you view your knee as a sacrificial part of the body.
No, that's
maybe golf. I don't know.
No, you still you got to get that drive from that back hip.
If I lost my knee in golf, I might not even play. Maybe more like robotics or something.
Handoff all the middle. Sheriff's got plenty of room to Gage Manier there, making a sliding tackle. He's still in bounds. They're going to keep the clock running. It's going to be 4th and short.
Yeah, he ate up a lot of yards on that drive.
A great play call there. You know, Comets had been looking past, run a little handoff there, catch him off guard. That kind of comes down to the defensive linemen. They got to break through, stop them, and linebackers have got to be able to read.
Great field awareness there by Manier, though, to prevent the chain movement. 4th and 1, though.
Looks like they're probably a QB sneak here. Yep, that's exactly what it is. They're going to get it.
Yep. Smart play by North White's offensive coordinator. Just get the first down, keep the chains moving.
90 seconds left here in this third quarter as North White creeps ever closer to the 50-yard line.
First and 10.
From the 49.
North White's got about whatever play they want here.
Absolutely fresh downs. Looks like the rain has shut off a little bit, and they will roll out.
Passes in the air, just out of reach.
That was great effort there by Chris Williams. Laying out on that pass there, but unable to get it. And before we start the next play, I'd like to shout out to the Comet fans here. We had a 30-minute in that range rain delay, and the student section is still almost completely full to where it was at the start of the game. Parents are still waiting around, and it really does show the support they have for this Comets football team, who is really hoping to make an impression here on the gridiron this year.
Handoff to the fullback, and he's going to get wrapped up for only a couple-yard gain. Third and long now. Comet defensive linemen, they've been getting some pressure into the backfield, but a lot of it, they've been on their stomachs once they get back there. They got to stay up, keep that QB contained, help their DBs out a little bit.
Comets in a great position here on defense. Hopefully can finish with a stand.
They're going to hand it off. Sherrick, he's going to get pushed way back.
Absolutely one play away from a turnover on downs, and that will be the last play of this quarter as we head to the fourth.
And that is going to do it for the third quarter.
Well, Comets hang on to that lead, still 13-6. 12 more minutes to play. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors. You're watching Caston Comets football on RTC TV for this fourth quarter here. I'd say it's still definitely anybody's football game. Comets defense doing a pretty decent job in spite of the 35 or so yards that they've allowed on this last possession.
If you remember, this all started from a fumble down there.
And realistically, all of North White's yardage in the third quarter was the result of Comets fumbles.
That is a very good point. 4th and 9 here. Vikings probably going to put it in the air.
I would expect so. The rain has almost completely stopped here. Might be able to put one in the air here on 4th and long. And they will roll out towards the right, post route towards the corner.
Another ball just out of the reach.
Hit the ground. And the refs see that one too, wave it off, and a turnover on downs, and the Comets take the momentum right back.
Midfield's a good place to pick up on a turnover on downs.
Yeah, Chance McCutcheon, he's shown to be a really good QB back there for North White. He might need a little bit more time to develop a little bit more accuracy. Otherwise, he's been putting the ball in pretty good spots for his receivers, especially after he kind of learned that he didn't have to chuck it as hard as he could every time.
Absolutely, and that's just one thing that just drive defensive ends crazy is when you get out of the pocket. Once you start rolling out, it makes them chase you, and you have all the advantage. Direct snap to Yarber, turns on the Jets for 8.
He's going to get down there. He's holding on to the football with one arm. I'd like to see him, especially going up the middle like that, put both hands on it. Just make sure you get some extra protection on that.
Absolutely, and we've seen it play dividends here. Comets having to get a lot more defensive stops and being able to get the ball back.
Yeah, normally you don't want you'd never want your defense on the field too long, but I guess when you play both ways, it really doesn't matter too much. Yarber's going to look for a hole. He's going to go down, get another first down.
Just hit around like a pinball machine between those linemen.
Comets now on the Vikings 36. looking for another march into the end zone here with 11 minutes to play in the game.
I would expect a pass right here.
Nah, they're going to run the football. Molenkoff, 2 hands on the football. They're going to gain 2.5 yards. You do that 4 times in a row, that adds up to 10 yards. You know what 10 yards is, Gage?
First down.
That's a first down.
Unless you get a false start.
Well, that is, yep.
Oh,
Any sort of penalty, then, you got different stories.
yeah, you got to move it about 5 yards at a time if you're going to have penalties on the board.
About 10, really, if you're going to think about it. And we're going to give it to Yarber. Yarber's going to throw the football. He chucks it
Out wide
downfield.
for Logan Molenkoff, just overthrew him. Had him open, but that was a really difficult pass.
That was something I wasn't expecting. Didn't have that on my bingo card for first home game of the year.
Absolutely seen Yarber. When he gets it, he just lowers his head and runs it, but showed a little bit of an option there, dropping back to pass.
But if you're going to have two backs back there to receive the snap, you got to sometimes let the other one throw it. Kind of throws the defense off. Just great coverage there by North White to stop that one.
Molenkoff's going to try his hand at running this.
You can get caught up.
Breaks maybe one tackle, brought down. That's what we've seen between these two teams all night is they drive down the field, they look great, and they get a smudge into the 40, a smudge past the 30, and it starts to stagnate. Then you get these 4th and 7s, 4th and 8s, and it's just about converting on those attempts when you really need to. This is a huge play at this point in the ballgame.
You got to really credit the defenses on that. Their defenses are, when they're getting under pressure, they're really, and he's not going to get the first. He's just short.
It's like about a yard.
But, no, that's kind of credit to the defenses. They're getting into tough positions, and they're staying steady. We're going to get North White's offense on the field.
And if you're North White, you might be thinking this just might be your last offensive possession on the game. So what haven't you brought out that you can bring out during this series that can hopefully stump the Comets?
I don't think they necessarily need to bring anything new out. But they are going to bring a new quarterback in. They're going to bring number 1, Carter Applegate, freshman, under center. And they're going to run a bubble. They're going to try and get McCutcheon the ball a little bit more. Great tackle by Gage Manier.
Wow.
Somebody undersized like that's the only way you're going to take out a big guy like that. And that's a great play by Manier. Great play.
Absolutely. He used his body perfectly there. Went low, threw his body at him, and that's, like Mr. Duvall said, that's the only way you're going to bring a man down that's as tall and as strong as him. Manier used his body perfectly there, and that's what coaches notice.
Comets are going to have to look out for that now. They got McCutcheon back under center. They're going to hand it off to Sherrick. Sherrick's going to bounce it outside. Comets lost contain. Now Yarber goes low, knocks him down about the 40-yard line.
Still enough to move those chains, though.
Comets have got to get that defensive end position shored up. That outside linebacker, somebody needs to keep contained. Like I said earlier, getting to the sideline and up the field as quick as possible is going to be the best way to get into open field.
It'd be a real heartbreaker here tonight for North White to sneak this in, sneak in the 2-point conversion after the Comets have led for the entire ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're a defender for the Comets, this is the moment you dream for. Putting the game away, there's still plenty of ball game left. But if you can get a stop here, it's going to shift the momentum.
They're right there, a little bit of team tackling there. Comets need to keep doing that. And once they do, once the first person gets them wrapped up and basically stopped, the next guys need to come in looking for that ball. And if the Comets do end up losing this game, you got to kind of wonder those red zone scoring opportunities where they fumbled, if that could have hurt them.
Handoff here to Sherrick, cutting up field once again, broke contain and a first down.
London Hurd there, freshman, he did a pretty good job there. He took on the block, held his ground, but Sherrick was still able to bounce it outside, and looks like they moved the chains a little early, didn't quite have the first down.
I misread that too here in the booth.
They're going to say they need to get to the 50 to get that first, and they're just shy of it.
That's as 3rd and inches as I have ever seen.
And I think we know what play they're about to run.
I don't know. I could see a pass here, to be honest. They're going to give it to Sherrick, who's going to get the first.
I mean, I get being conservative, but by the same token, when you've got 2 downs to play with, why wouldn't you have gone for more yardage?
Well, that's what, in the upper college pros, you'd see definitely more of a play like that on 3rd down. But in high school, a lot of teams are going for it on 4th, about no matter what. So, I mean, you save maybe a pick, but the way their receivers have been running routes, I would have thought they could have put the ball in the air. They are going to
go out route once again, looking for that post. And what a play by the freshman Molenkoff, tipping it in the air.
And you got to give Molenkoff credit there. He did knock that pass down, but he's playing safety, and for somebody to get deeper than him, that's a break-in coverage, and he's lucky that ball was underthrown. That's not something fans normally think of, but that's definitely, he did make a play, but, positioning is also a key factor. They're going to hand it off to Sherrick.
And they read that one pretty well.
But Sherrick using a little spin move there. He's going to get a yard after he was stopped for about a 3-yard loss.
And you notice that there are only about 2 extra comments rushed. That's when you have to send the house after Sherrick to bring him down, because he is resilient. We've seen it happen during this game. You have to take 11 guys at him when he stumbles.
Yeah, it's a really good footwork by Sherrick. I'm sure it's still wet down there. As far as I ever played, it never really dried up. But, so to be able to keep your feet like that on wet ground, that's some good footwork. And they're going to hand it off to Sherrick again.
Hand it off.
Found a hole, stiff arm. He's going to move the chains.
He's going to try to get out of bounds, and he
got out of bounds. Number 21, Tucker Woolover, did a great job there. Forced him back inside. Just didn't have any backside pursuit there to find him and take him down.
Yep, and that's great fourth quarter management there by the Vikings. You see the experienced dudes get it. They get the first down, and their next thought is, let's get out of bounds. Let's stop this clock. We only have 5 minutes to work with. And they ran that to perfection, got the first down with some icing on top, and run it out of bounds.
Yeah, Comets have got to make a stop here. And there's no lights.
Well, we're definitely going to have a bit of a game delay here. It looks like we had the automatic timer take the lights out.
Hey, to be fair, the scoreboard lights kind of keeping the field lit up. I don't know. That would have been interesting. They couldn't have run a pass play.
And the student section has their phones out, shining it onto the field. We appreciate the effort, but I don't think that's going to keep up with what we need the lights to be at. Nothing's really going right tonight in terms of conditions. These guys, they've battled the cold, they've battled the rain, and now they're going to have to battle the young stadium.
They start out battling the heat.
Yeah, then they battled rain, and then now they're battling
the crater itself.
The electricity.
There we go.
There it goes. Let there be light, said God.
Well, in this case, said Trent Taco.
Said Trent Taco.
Hey, right there, momentum breaker right there.
I guess you
guys
say
are
that.
driving, shut the lights off.
I did say earlier on this drive the Vikings will have to break something out, and might not be what they had in mind, but definitely threw something off there.
It would have been funny to see him run a play there. That would have been
Awesome.
really dangerous, but also kind of cool.
Now you know that the North White coaches are calling shenanigans, but
Oh, yeah.
that's just absolutely. There's a 2-hour timer or a 2.5-hour timer set on the lights for these games, just so we can't forget to turn them off. I mean,
Drops back to throw, looking for that post route in the middle, overthrown.
Manier almost had a chance to pick that, I thought, but they're going to go into third down now.
And they've had that post route open for the majority of this game, just haven't connected on it. You'd want to see the Commonwealth try to tighten the bolts down on that before they do connect and might pick up a big play.
I apologize. It's going to be second down. Our chain operator over there, he's pretty quick with that.
He's quick on that. He's caught me on a lot of broadcasts.
I looked over there. It's like, oh, that was second down. And then I looked at the scoreboard. It was first down. I was like, oh, second down now. We got another pass play
Another
here.
pass.
Just
middle
a nice
of the field.
little dump down. Broke coverage. Nobody was there. Looked like a middle linebacker's guy right there. They've kind of got that hook curl zone. Crosser coming across the middle.
They're saying he fell out of bounds, so the clock will stop.
No, he just fell down. They're going to run the clock now once the chains get reset. Oh, now we got a timeout by the Comets.
Well, if I have managed to keep count properly in this discombobulated football game, that is the Comets' last timeout.
Well, if you only got 3 per game, yes, but you get 3 per half.
Well, I don't count good, Pete. I don't count good.
Well,
You'll have that on these big jobs.
You get that on the big jobs. Comets have got to find something to stop this this North White offense. Even shutting the lights out didn't help. By no means do I think we did that on purpose, but I'm not an electrician, so I don't know how that even works.
Honestly, knowing the little bit about the lighting system here that I do know, I'm surprised that they were off for as long as they were. So I think 3 or 4 of the administrators can operate the lights remotely from their phones.
He dropped it.
Comets got lucky there.
Great. I don't know if that was designed, but Yarber came running through that line. Had a good shot at the quarterback there. Comets got to get some sort of pressure, make him hurry. They're starting to rain again. Ball's going to get slick.
The rain is kicked back on. Seemingly turned on when the lights came on, and it's pouring back here in Fulton.
At massive Caston Junior Senior High School. They're going to hand it off to Sherrick. He's going to get outside again. He's going to go out of bounds.
It might be just a tad short there.
Just a tad short, it looks like. Chain gang over there doing a great job.
Yep, fighting through the elements with a T-shirt and khaki shorts on.
Yep.
We gain an 8 on that.
It looks like one of our chain crew does have a hat on, so ironically, I think it's the bald one. So
got to keep that hair dry.
Yeah.
You got one on right now too, Pete.
So do you.
I do, yeah.
That's going to be another handoff. He's going to get outside and
broke a couple tackles.
He just barely did not get in. And we got a flag on the field.
Not sure what this could be. I would assume a holding.
It's got to be holding. I don't know. That's about.
Didn't quite see
holding.
it.
Going to go back. It's going to make it 3rd and long.
It's one of those mistakes that's just preventable in a situation like this. And
Comets got a player down right now.
It might be a cramp.
I would say it's probably a cramp, but
it's Mr. Yarber limping off the field. Looks like he's going to be okay. Just it's a little jostled up right there.
This is why we drink water.
All I have to do is stick out your tongue tonight.
That is true.
Hey, Bobby, Gatorade's better.
What?
Oh,
Great movie.
Great movie.
and here come the DCMA claims.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, 5 minutes to go. 13-6. North White third and about 11.
And this is interesting. We have a one-on-one with Peters.
Ball's
there.
on the ground. He's going to pick it up.
There's a post route we were looking for, middle of the field.
It's caught in the end zone.
touchdown.
Had the corner come all the way across to try and cover that, and he couldn't get him stopped.
Now this is where the game gets really interesting. They could go for two. They get it. They lead the game. If
They're going for two.
if they don't get it,
Sorry, say they went for 2 on their first score. They're certainly not gonna
Not
go for the kick now.
not with this
especially
rain.
not with the rain. Yep. But if they don't get it when they go for two, the Comets still lead this game. And
But here's the thing. The last time the conditions were getting wet again, the
Comets started fumbling the football.
the North White defense forced 2 fumbles. So
Comets have got to stop this here. I wouldn't be surprised to see another rollout. Oh, they've got a little different lineup here. Going to be a direct snap to Sherrick. He's going to get outside. He's going to get it in.
not if he's
No,
he's just
he's in.
barely got in.
Tiptoed
and
around.
Vikings take the lead, unfortunately.
You know, Comets can't give up the outside like that, and now they've got 4:40 to drive down and score.
well, while North White sets up for this final kickoff, or what I assume to be the final kickoff of the night, we're going to step away, say thank you to our sponsors. Stay tuned for the wrap-up of this game here at the Comet Crater. You're watching Caston Comets football here on RTC TV. Ladies and gentlemen, 4:40 left on the game clock. Comets getting ready to receive the kickoff after North White takes the lead for the first time this ball game.
This is going to be where we see how this young team deals with adversity. Not much bigger than going down by one point in the last 5 minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. And after leading for pretty much the entirety of it, never lost it since their first score. And if you're a Comet, this is just, you love a challenge, and this is a great one to prove yourself here on the gridiron tonight.
North White taking a kickoff there.
Low snap. They're going to return it. Here comes Molenkoff down the sideline. Cuts back up, and a great return there. For a second, I really thought Molenkoff was just going to escape and run to the house there. That would have been spectacular, but a high risk there taken by Gavin Molenkoff, but at the same time, a very high reward, and that's just what you kind of have to compromise for when you get in situations like this. You want to try to be risky without being done with the football at the same time.
Comets got to really think about time management. Oh, we're going to get a holding, I guess.
That's just a backbreaker here for the Comets. Molenkoff ran that up to the 42.
And it's going to go back due to illegal use of the hands on the Comets kick return.
Back to the 26-yard line.
What a heartbreaker, boys.
Pouring down rain. The sweep, he even faked me out. Unfortunately, Manier falls.
We got
that's just when the conditions just really play in effect. Manier probably could have cut up field, but because the field's so wet, takes a tumble here. But the Comets, they don't have to rush. They have 4 minutes to punch this one in the end zone. There is no need to panic. Just play your system and trust your team.
It's what, that's why you're always taught to use the inside of your foot. You're not taught to use your heels. And Manier may have used the heel there to stop, and now Yarber's going to gain another 3 yards. Comets are playing 2 games. I mean, they've got to beat the clock, but they can't leave too much on the clock for North White to come back and drive and score. But the main thing is the Comets themselves have to score.
Yeah, it's all moot if we have another fumble at this point.
Fortunately, that just has plagued the Comets tonight, has been turnovers. Let's see if they can overcome that obstacle as well.
Ball on the
Fumbled
ground.
The shoelaces.
And that's
pocket
gonna be,
collapses. And this next play might decide the football game.
Yeah, that's
Tragic.
Comets
Yeah.
have 2 timeouts remaining, so not all hope is lost that they can't pick this up, but they're going to have to really start playing smart after this play.
Comets, so far tonight, historically, pretty interesting snaps during rain games. So far, it hasn't been bad, but there one got away from him, and now 4th and long here for the Comets.
They might break out a pass here.
And another snap
Another
on the
low
ground.
snap, back
Garber's
to
going to pick it
Garber.
up, and he's going to get stuffed. And
And
ball's
another
on the ground. It's going to be North White football no matter what.
This has just been a fourth quarter domination here by the Vikings, really turning it on here when the game matters most. And
Yeah,
the
fellas, I think that seals the game.
That's, Comets have one option. That's to get the ball back on the ground. But, honestly, with the way North White's been throwing the ball, they could probably throw for another score.
Yep, they've got to throw them forward and out right here. That's the Comets' only hope. If they pick up a first, this game is pretty much tucked in for bed. Whoever the Comets haven't pulled out of their bag yet, they might as well try right here.
There's a quarterback up the middle. He's got way too many yards.
And
That might be a first down.
nope, looks like, and he got it.
Comets. They got the 2:30 to go. They got to stop. They got to stop him.
And
Touchdown here doesn't quite sell the game, but if they score and then get the 2-point conversion, that will do it.
now the Comets have owned the football. Now, if they can get one back, their hope is still alive. They have to keep playing aggressively. They cannot let up until that clock hits triple zeros.
Yeah, absolutely. All it takes is one fumble return and in the hands of something like a Jabez Yarber.
QB sweep. The
And the
ball's
ball's
loose,
out.
but it's going out of bounds, which helps the Comets out. It's going to be a dead ball. Time stops.
Yep, and that's one of the key differences between sports. Basketball, if you're down big, you have to have consecutive plays together that can build back up. But in football, you only need one play to change everything.
Absolutely.
That's why you see, especially in college, these young, small schools are able to take down these big schools just because of how well they play when it matters most. In reality, only about 8 to 10 plays in a football game truly matters. And if you can execute on even half those plays, you got a pretty good shot.
Ball on the ground. That's loose.
The Caston Comets say they have it.
No idea who has it. There's a couple Vikings down there. I don't think the Comets have.
North White is what we hear up in the press box.
Yep, recovered by Sherrick, who lost it on the handoff.
The clock continues to tick down here. 3rd and 11. 3rd and 10.
Minute 40 to go. 3rd and
10 and a half.
3rd and a long 10. Long 10. And actually, them running those ball, which play clock's going down. The Vikings have to get up and run a play, but they'll just hand it off up the middle. Coach Ulrich has to look about using timeouts. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Just QB sneak. He's going to get.
Parker Zimpelman, the freshman, brings him down there.
We're going to get a timeout here by the Comets.
Smart timeout there by Coach Ulrich. And this next play will decide if the Comets will have one last breath or if they will finally let this one slip through their hands. We'll have to see, though. A lot can happen in a minute and 12 seconds.
Unfortunately for the Comets, their offense isn't quite built to be in this situation. They're made to drive the ball slowly, methodically, drive out the clock, score once, twice, and just hold the other team to less scores. And, a couple fumbles here, a couple misplays on defense, and North White's leading this one by 1.
Well, and even if North White turns it over on downs here, you know that they have Gavin Mollenkoff's number, Gage Manier's number, and Jabez Yarber's number, because those are the 3 that have shown themselves to have wheels here tonight. And that's what we need. We need a break with an open field.
It'll be interesting to see what North White would do. They could run it, or they could go ahead and pass it and just end it right there. This will be pretty interesting to watch.
QB sneak up the middle.
I thought I saw a fumble.
He got a first down. He got the first down.
That one.
That's going to put this ball game away.
Unfortunate.
That's going to put this one away.
Unfortunate last quarter here for the Comets. What looks so bright on a rainy, humid day. Unfortunately, cannot get the job done. Just falls short here tonight at the Comet Crater. But we did see some great stuff on Comets, both sides of the football. It's just about, maintaining, having good ball security. And at the end of the day, that's just what it comes down to sometimes.
Yeah, realistically, I think a lot of it comes down to those 2 fumbles in the third quarter. North White not able to capitalize on both of those, but that just changed the momentum of the night.
Yep, hopefully this will make the Comets hungry and strive for a better performance next week, as I believe they go on the road.
I believe they go to Judson.
Yep, great.
Or North Miami. I can't remember.
Either way, 2 great schools, and Comets can hopefully build a name for themselves there tonight, as the Comets are stunned here in the fourth quarter as they lose 14-13 in a grinded-out football game here at the Comet Crater.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, with the late night and the early morning that some of us have, and the rain delay and everything, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Once again, your final score here tonight from the home season opener, North White 14, Caston 13. We do look forward to you joining us next time. Trying to look ahead, and I don't see our next home.
I believe it's in 2 weeks.
That looks right. Regardless,
like that.
Do keep your eyes on the Caston page on IHSAA TV, as Mr. Taco is putting more events online with some of the new camera equipment that's been obtained by the school. So do keep your eye on that. And we wish all the best for all of the Caston sports who have events tomorrow. Wish you guys a safe and happy holiday weekend. And until next time, I'm Blair Zimmerman.
I'm Gage Thomas.
And I'm Pete Duvall.
And this is RTC TV4.